Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, I'm going to give you guys my early NBA season awards for every single category out there. And before we get going on this, I do want to give full credit to Hoops Reference on this video idea. He did the similar video, I believe, yesterday, and I thought it looked like a lot of fun. So yeah, go check out his channel, guys. He does a lot of great, amazing NBA-related content. But the categories that we are going to be covering is Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved, Sixth-Man Rookie of the Year, and MVP. Now, there's probably some award I probably missed out on or forgot about, but my apologies if that is the case. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Who do you guys have winning all these awards at this point in the season? There's still so much more basketball to be played. So, you know, this is kind of like an early insight type of thing, right, man? So yes, I guess we're going to go ahead and get going on this. If you guys don't mind dropping that like, you know, keep in mind there's always people on this type of video that get really upset and dislike the video, man. You know, it's no hurt feelings. It's just basketball. So, yeah, let's be grown men about it, right? But, yeah, if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. So, we're going to start with Coach of the Year. And I have three candidates. Now, I'm not saying there's not like more, but these are just like three guys that really stood out to me. I'm going to give you guys my final one. So, the first one we have is Doc Rivers of the Philadelphia 76ers. He obviously came from the Clippers and was known as like the 3-1 choker and stuff like that. A lot of people thought his coaching career was just kind of over with, or he was never like no longer viewed as an elite head coach. But on the 76ers, he's got this team playing absolutely amazing. What I really give him props to is that the core of the team is exactly the same. It's so Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris. Now some of the additional pickups such as you know, Seth Curry, and not even so much a pickup, but just like the emergence of like Shake Milton. They really have this team and playing really well together. Now, a lot of that's not just Doc Rivers. A lot of it's also the players playing really great too. But regardless, like Doc Rivers has this team playing as a unit. And yeah, it's been a beautiful thing to watch. Another guy I have is Monty Williams of the Phoenix Suns. Just, you know, once again, the Suns, like last year, we kind of got a little taste in the bubble of how great this team really could be. And while Monty is a great coach, also, you know, I mean, obviously having Chris Paul, who is pretty much a coach on the court, really helps out a lot too. But regardless, he's done a great job just getting guys like Mikal Bridges more touches out there, and just really the whole team in general has been playing some really good basketball. So it's no longer just about Devin Booker. It's about the entire team mindset, and a lot of that comes down to coaching and just making sure all guys are working together, right? And who I have for my Coach of the Year as right now, guys, is Quinn Snyder of the Utah Jazz. The reason I have Quinn Snyder is just because it's kind of the same philosophy as the 76ers, where the Jazz did not make like any sort of like extreme pickup this NBA offseason. I mean, it's pretty much the same exact core of Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert. You know, Mike Conley's playing a lot better than he was last season and stuff. But regardless, man, like this team is beating up on the rest of the league. They all look great out there. They all look like they want to compete for an NBA championship. And I will say, like when you typically think of like superstar duos and stuff like that, not a lot of people typically give enough credit to Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. They're one of the best duos in the NBA. They both know their role on the team and they play it very well. So, you know, obviously not like the sexiest household names as opposed to like a LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but the Utah Jazz are showing that they're here to stay, and a big part of that is Quinn Snyder. So I'm going to say Quinn as Coach of the Year. Let me find him real quick here, and there he is, man. Coach of the Year. Wait, no, we don't want to go. No, here we go. Here he is, man. There he is. Okay, Coach of the Year. We got him right there, man. Okay, next up, we are going to have the Defensive Player of the Year award, man. And this always goes to, well, the best defensive player in the NBA. And I will say there's great ones from Marcus Smart, just his ability to just kind of like, man, play like that on-ball defense, just kind of like a scrippy, scrappy guy. I made up the word scrippy, scrappy, but here we are. Patrick Beverley kind of plays the same way. Then you got guys like Draymond Green who have this insane basketball IQ that can literally just like call out any sort of defensive matchup and, you know, just anything that's being run out there, right? You got guys like Miles Turner who lead the NBA in shot blocks, but when it comes down to it, man, I do have three guys that are like my, okay, these guys could win it, and then I have my one guy that I think definitely will win it. So I'm going to start with Miles Turner. As I just said, like he is leading the NBA in blocks at about 4.8 blocks per game. Now defense does come down to more than just shot blocking, but regardless, like it's been a while since we've seen a guy throwing him back like this. I mean, there's always, you know, a top guy. I think last year was Hassan Whiteside. He was at like 3 a game, but Miles Turner literally is throwing back every single shot, so he's great. You got Giannis, who is just always a guy that can play defense on really any position and hold his own out there, so he's always in consideration. Rudy Gobert, I will say when it comes down to it, is the best defensive center in the NBA, you know, season by season. Now there's some games or some weeks where other guys are playing a little bit better, but for the most part, Rudy Gobert, he's that interior force that nobody wants to mess with. And then for my Defensive Player of the Year, not putting up like the crazy blocker steal numbers, but it's going to be Anthony Davis, guys, of the Los Angeles Lakers. So while he does still, you know, throw back shots and get steals and all that. It really just comes down to AD can stop anybody. He can stop anybody, and there's nothing anybody can literally do about it. You can kind of see with his style of play out there, man. It's very similar to, you know, how he plays now offensively, where you just see so much of just like his guardness from before he had his big growth spurt, you know, when he was like in 6th or 7th grade, because he used to be like 5'4", and he grew to be like damn 6'10", obviously right now. So he has a lot of like point guard handles and stuff like that, but he plays the same like defensively too, just like that defensive awareness. It's not just like the whole like, oh, I'm a big guy in the paint, so you know, this is my zone. He can do it anywhere, man. So I'm gonna say Anthony Davis right now is Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. Next up, we got most improved. I have 2 guys on this one, man. You guys probably saw in the thumbnail who they are. That's going to be Christian Wood and Jeremy Grant. Okay, so Jeremy Grant this NBA season has had literally one of the best starts in Detroit Pistons history as far as just like scoring 20-point games and putting up crazy stats and stuff. He's averaging 24.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Christian Wood, been absolutely amazing for the Houston Rockets. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room is that he used to play for the Pistons, and the Pistons did not re-sign him. You know, he said, she said, as far as like contract and money offered, if he really wanted to be there or not. There's a lot to be said about it, but regardless, he's on the Houston Rockets looking absolutely amazing at 23 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. But this is how I'm gonna pick this, guys. Let me explain this to you, okay? Because I know no matter what, I'm gonna get roasted for this one. When Jeremy Grant joined the Detroit Pistons and the Pistons signed him to a 3-year, $60 million contract, what was your personal reaction? I'm going to guarantee, man, 97% of you, whether people are going to admit it or not, said this is the worst signing ever. The Pistons overpaid like crazy for Jeremy Grant. Like, this guy, like what the hell, man? This is a basic role player last year on the Denver Nuggets. Like, what are the Pistons doing? Now, when the Rockets signed Christian Wood, people were saying the Pistons were idiots because they didn't pay this man his money. And that right there, to me, man, is the deciding factor between the most improved player award. That's because last year, Christian Wood, when Andre Drummond was traded away, he played about 10 games where he was averaging like 23 points, 11 rebounds per game. Pretty much the same number he's averaging right now. So people knew that Christian Wood was that good. He was already improved last year. Now we're seeing the full effect of it, obviously, on the Houston Rockets, but he was already that damn good, which is why people roasted the Pistons when he left. Jeremy Grant, nobody was really expecting this, guys. Everybody was like, my God, like the Pistons overpaid. So for that reason, that shows the biggest improvement to me, man. And like, you know, if I wasn't a Pistons fan, I would be saying the same exact damn thing straight up. It's just that, I'm not going to be, because I'm not being biased about this. People are going to say I'm being biased. But regardless, man, like just because the Pistons are my favorite team is like doesn't mean I'm not going to give them props or due. So, yeah, I think Jeremy Grant's the most improved player. I don't think there's really there's obviously an argument for Christian Wood. The both have been great. You really can't go wrong either way, man. 23 points, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Then we got the 2 blocks for Christian Wood. So, there's a lot more other numbers that come down to things to, you know, efficiency and all that stuff too, man. But I'm personally thinking Jeremy Grant as the most improved player of the year. So we're going to go with him. I would not be upset if it was Christian Wood either. I have nothing against Christian Wood. I don't really think it was like fully his fault that he's no longer on the Pistons. I do think there was a little bit on both sides, but yeah, I still think Jeremy Grant's most improved. Okay, next up we got the 6th Man of the Year award. This one is pretty easy. I think you guys can all pretty much guess already who this is going to be. So I have 4 candidates. We're going to start with Eric Gordon. He's been great for the Houston Rockets. You know, man, he just had a game the other night where he dropped like 30 points or something like that. But he's averaging like 16, 17 points per game. Staying relatively healthy this season, which is pretty big for the Houston Rockets because they've missed a lot of guys, you know, due to like COVID protocol and just injuries and the whole James Harden fiasco going on. So yeah, he's been absolutely great. Shake Milton's been really nice for the Philadelphia 76ers, bringing them much scoring boost off the bench, especially when you have a point guard in Ben Simmons that is more focused on facilitating. It's nice to have one of those go-to scorers off the bench at the guard spot. You got Terrence Ross. He's always, you know, good for 15 points per game or whatever as a 6th man. But to me, it's got to be Jordan Clarkson of the Utah Jazz, averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Absolutely unstoppable. He's definitely found his role in the NBA. And I like guys like Jordan Clarkson that know that role and really excel in it, because some guys, you know, get really salty about coming off the bench, and some guys just play better that way. I know guys like Manu Ginobili always said that he just played better coming off the bench. I know me personally, I like, you know, I don't got a choice in the matter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Manu wanted to start, he could have started. But no, for me, like, I always liked coming off the bench just because you get a feel for the game. You kind of like calm your nerves, and yeah, you're kind of good to go at that point. So I'm going to go ahead and say Jordan Clarkson as 6th Man of the Year. Alrighty, next we have the Rookie of the Year award. And I'll say, like, in this first, like, third part of the NBA season, there hasn't really been anybody that's been, like, extremely outshining everybody else. I mean, there's been a lot of good rookies, but I've been seeing just a lot of like growing and stuff like that with rookies. It seems like coaches are kind of taking their time a little bit more this year. I don't know if that's just because it's a weird year for everybody, but also like the condensed NBA season and stuff like that. You probably don't want your rookies to get, hurt or nothing. Killian Hayes of the Pistons. But yeah, I have a few that definitely are in the running for the award. Number one, Tyrese Halliburton of the Sacramento Kings. Definitely looked upon as a steal of the draft so far. Can play with De'Aaron Fox, can play with Buddy Hield, combo guard in a league where the combo guard type of position really excels in NBA franchise. Next up, I have Emmanuel Quickley of the New York Knicks. In my opinion, looks like a future starting point guard of the future. A future starting, yeah, that makes sense. But regardless, man, he's been absolutely amazing for the New York Knicks. I really hope that they move on from Elfrid Payton or it's not. Yeah, there's Elfrid Payton. I always mix up Elfrid Payton with another player, and I can't think of who it is right now, though, at this very second, man. But when I do, I will let you guys know in the comment section below. Anthony Edwards, has shown signs of why he was #1 pick in the draft. I still think that he's still learning as he goes along, but, give it 2 or 3 seasons, Anthony Edwards will be one of the best scorers in the entire NBA. You got James Wiseman, who at times looks like that 7'1" anchor beast center in the middle. At other times, he does look like a rookie, and you obviously see guys like, Draymond and Steve Kerr helping him out with that, but he'll get there eventually. But #1 to me, man, has to be LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball coming off the bench, averaging 12.6 assists, 6 rebounds per game. Yes, his efficiency is not always the greatest. Yes, he does turn over the ball. A lot of guards do. I mean, Trae Young turns over the ball, but he's still one of the most dynamic point guards in the entire NBA. James Harden's always turned over the ball, but, MVP player, right? So that doesn't really bother me all that much with LaMelo. Some of the mistakes he makes is obviously rookie mistakes, and he'll fix that in time. But when you look at LaMelo play, yes, while the inefficiency can be there, when you do see him at his best is really damn good, man. Like, I'm talking like elite top 5 point guard of the future type of vision out there and stuff. So I personally like LaMelo Ball. Let me grab him up right here. Who wants to be LaMelo Ball? Okay, sure. He could be LaMelo. Here we go. Put you up here. I meant to grab Joe Ingles. We got Trae Young as. Okay. That's LaMelo Ball there, man. LaMelo's literally right here. I could have just grabbed him, but here we are. Okay, he's going to be Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. Alrighty. So we get down to the MVP award. Who is the MVP of the NBA? There's a lot of really good guys in the NBA, man. There's a lot of really good guys in the NBA. You look at Kevin Durant of the Brooklyn Nets. Like, he's definitely a favorite for me. He's definitely a favorite. You got Jokic, who just looks absolutely fantastic on the Denver Nuggets, as always. I mean, he's one of the... he is the best passing center of all time. I know that Sabonis dude was really good, but Jokic is the best passing center of all time. Luka, always knows how to put the team on his back. Mavericks have kind of been struggling as of late, so... little hesitant on giving it to him. LeBron James is always LeBron James. But when it comes down to it, man, my personal MVP of the NBA season is Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Which is funny because, at times I do kind of like, I don't know, man. I give you 76ers fans a hard time. And I do it mainly just out of joking and stuff like that. Just because the 76ers fans are very passionate. And it's very easy to piss them off. And sometimes it's just funny, man, okay? I like to have fun, okay? I don't like to take things too seriously all the time. But regardless, man. So we're going to go ahead and toss Joel Embiid right there as MVP. I had to do it. I'm sorry, man. As MVP, okay? So, yeah, he's averaging 28 points, 11 rebounds, 3 steals. Has this team breathe a new life out there, showing that the Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid thing can work. And if it doesn't work, well, it's going to be Ben Simmons getting traded, not Joel. So, yeah, man, that's what we have for my early season predictions. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. Hope you guys all enjoyed this format. There's always so much I want to talk about when it comes to the league. I never don't know, like, a good format to do. This was kind of cool, though, because I literally have a list of every single NBA player. Even if I did it like this, because, I don't know, man. I was too lazy to search for all the actual players. I tried looking for Joel Embiid. It took me 20 minutes to find him. So, yeah, at that point, I was like, all right, we'll just do it this way. Nobody's complaining, right? But yeah, that's all we got, guys. Give me your predictions in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.